What's happening, guys? It's DK Priori, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Try Linux. This week, we're doing something a little bit different. So instead of looking at an OS from or a distro from a performance slash accessibility features kind of angle, I'm looking at a distro here that has a very specific purpose, and that's online security. So this is Parrot OS. Now it's Debian-based. I downloaded it in KDE Plasma, of course, and it comes packaged with a whole host of utilities and tools to do with privacy, pen testing, uh, hacking if you want to go down that road, though this isn't the distro that is necessarily best for hacking. There are certainly some tools on here that could do the trick for certain jobs. But on the whole, if we just pop over to the Parrot OS homepage, we'll see what it's all about. As you can see, the tagline there is the all-in-one framework for cybersecurity, software development, and privacy defense. So this is the Parrot project, and the Parrot project is a worldwide community of developers and security specialists that work together to build a shared framework of tools to make their job easier, standardized, more reliable, and secure. And Parrot OS is basically like the brainchild and the sort of magnum opus of Parrot project. It's a GNU Linux distro. It's based on Debian, and the whole focus of Parrot OS is security and privacy. So as you can see here, it says it includes a full portable lab for all kinds of cybersecurity operations, from pen testing to digital forensics and reverse engineering. So yeah, it's all about security, privacy, keeping your system safe from prying eyes. And there's a number of tools you can use to not only ensure that your privacy is maintained, but also to check to see if you're being exposed to prying eyes. And if you can find where you're being exposed, Parrot OS provides you with the tools you need to try and close those holes and keep your privacy intact. So anyway, long story short, Parrot OS is for those of you that are security conscious and privacy minded. So I'm going to, even though we've got this in KDE Plasma, in this episode, I'm actually just going to run through a few of the features. Now, I'm no pen testing expert, I'm no hacker man, but it would be interesting to see a couple of the features that are available on Parrot OS. So, for a start, if we go into applications, and if we go into internet, I believe you've got Bitcoin wallets. You've got a BitTorrent client built in for those of you that like to download through torrents. Tor browser it comes with already installed. You've got Ricochet instant messaging, which is an anonymous IM system with end-to-end encryption. We've got the Conqueror web browser, which basically, I'm not sure if you can use this the way you would use a normal web browser. I've never used it before, but of my understanding, you cannot. It doesn't function the same way. So you can browse both local and network folders while enjoying advanced features such as the powerful sidebar and file previews. Conquer is also a full-featured and easy-to-use web browser which you can use to explore the internet. Oh, you can use it like a normal browser. Oh, that's cool. So then what's the difference? What does this do? So it's a file manager and a web browser sort of mashed into one. I don't know much about Conqueror, but it's there if you're interested in having a file browser and an internet browser sort of, synthesis. So yeah, you've got a remote desktop client as well. Useful if you want to help someone at a distance. You can sort of remote to their desktop and help them out. That's called Remina or Remina. There's Kmail, of course. So yeah, there's even just in the internet settings, there's a lot. There's even the Onion Share client. So that's, I would imagine, that's a file sharing system that goes through the Tor relay. Yeah. Privacy. You've got anonymsurf or cryptography. So anonymsurf or anonsurf, it routes all internet packets or traffic through the Tor relay. So as soon as I hit start on that, it should, in theory, pass me through the Tor relay. So now even when I browse through Firefox on the clear web, you'll see it's a little bit slower. That's because even my normal browsing is being passed through the Tor relay. And it's not too bad actually in terms of speed. It's a little bit slower, but it's not like browsing the deep web where it's actually quite slow. So let's see how that affects things for us. So what I typed in there was a command netstat space hyphen tulpn, tulpn, and this shows me, being a virtual machine, it probably won't show me a comprehensive list of what's listening, but these are all the services that are listening, as it were, that are accessing my network. And as you can see, there aren't that many. These are KDE, so these will be system, parts of the system that are listening. So nothing to worry about. But none of this is anything to worry about, really. What you'd be worried about is if you saw an IP address that you didn't recognize, then you know you've got an issue. As far as I can see from this, though, this is all legit. This is all just me using Parrot OS, so that's nice. If you also run the command superuserdo nmap /s capital T / capital O local host, pop your password in. Oh, I guess that one doesn't work on this version of Parrot. Never mind. So if we go back to our applications, go into privacy, cryptography, you can see there's an encrypted folder manager called Siricall or Siricali, a volumes manager called Zulu Crypt, and another volumes manager called Zulu Mount. Viewing and editing symmetrically encrypted text with EncryptPad, and a graphical front end for GPG. So this is to generate keys, basically. So it's all useful stuff if you need that. Just your standard image editors and things. It looks like it comes with GIMP, which is nice. Now, you've got your settings and system. This is where you could, if you wanted to, presumably make changes to the way things look in Parrot. It is KDE Plasma after all. You've got the option to open a root terminal. And a virtual keyboard. Then you've got all your standard, your calculator, screenshot capture, system cleaner called Sweeper built in, which is nice. Kwrite for text, Redshift, Arc, K, all pretty standard stuff. But then here we've got some pen testing tools, multi-purpose relay, socket car, or SOCAT. And this is for exfiltration. So if you know what you're doing with that, you want to test vulnerabilities in your own system, there's a tool for that. So yeah, there's a lot packed into to Parrot OS, a lot that it provides you with, and it's all pretty interesting. Currently we're connected to the Tor relay. So, we're pretty anonymous right now just by clicking a button. And the fact that you can connect to the Tor relay without having to use a browser, you can just use anonsurf. So you can, if you like, just go into terminal, go anonsurf, start. I believe that'll do it, that command, anonsurf start. Just drag this into the middle. I believe that command, seeing as we've already done it, it's already active, but I believe that'll get you there, or you can navigate through the GUI to achieve the same result. So yeah, I wonder if there's a few tools that I've come across in another distro, which I won't mention. Must have to install some of this stuff. Let's see. See if that works. Yes, it does. Hopefully. No. See, I'm having problems. Basically, Parrot won't allow me to install much else because it deems a lot of the repositories where it's getting these things from insecure. I just wonder if maybe stopping anonsurf will help with that. Oh, well, I wonder now if we can get... No, we still can't install it. Well, that sucks. So, Parrot OS, an interesting distribution. Very purpose specific. This is built to accommodate the needs of someone who is privacy conscious, but as a result, it has its limitations. As I'm experiencing, I can't really do much with it other than browse the internet and make thumbnails in GIMP if I wanted to, because I can't install any extra tools. Not sure what the problem is there, but from what I'm reading in the script, it looks like it's Parrot sort of blocking access to a lot of repositories. So it's definitely not something I could wholeheartedly recommend for a 24/7, home desktop system. However, its security and its privacy and the tools it affords one in relation to those issues means that I can definitely recommend installing this as a virtual machine. Perhaps that causes issues that I don't know about. It seems to run fine. It just has many limitations, which I need to go away and look at how to circumnavigate. But I've used it before filming this episode. I've used it to do things that I didn't want to do on my main machine that I wanted to keep, private. And I just booted up Parrot OS and did it that way. So yeah, it's a nice little tool to have in your arsenal. You could even do a dual boot of it, but you know, see how that works out for you. I won't be doing that on my machine, not on my laptop, but maybe I'll install it as a virtual machine on there, just to be able to do things. Like say online banking, for example. Doing online banking through a virtual machine with Parrot OS, with anonsurf activated, is going to give you so much more peace of mind than just doing it, through your normal web browser. So yeah, Parrot OS. Let me know what you think in the comments. This distro I feel is useful, but it's not something I would look at as a main distro. That said, I've been DK Priori, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.